Picture a clan so powerful they are practically gods, untouched by the laws of mere mortals. This is the reality of the Blue Dragon clan in One Piece. An assembly of individuals so privileged, their existence seems like a fantasy. Their supremacy unchallenged, their immunity to law unquestioned, their status unparalleled. They are the untouchables of their world, standing tall on their self-constructed pedestals. But do such entities exist in our real world? Let's delve into the parallels that might surprise you. The Blue Dragon clan, or the World Nobles, are a privileged class in the world of One Piece. They are descendants of the creators of the world government, the 20 kings who established the organization over 800 years ago. These nobles live in the holy land of Mariwa, far removed from the rest of the world, and they command an unprecedented level of power and privilege, unlike anything we see in real life. Their influence is far-reaching and absolute. They have the authority to do virtually anything they want without facing any repercussions. This includes demanding any person or thing they desire, even if it means tearing innocent people from their homes or destroying entire islands. The world government and the Marines are compelled to fulfill their every whim, no matter how unreasonable or cruel. The Blue Dragon clan's privileges don't end there. They don't just live in opulence. They regard themselves as gods, superior to all others. They wear spacesuits to avoid breathing the same air as common folk, and they ride on the backs of slaves to avoid treading the same ground. They are, in essence, untouchable. Anyone who harms a world noble, even in self-defense, is targeted by an admiral, one of the most formidable forces in the One Piece world. Despite their cruelty and arrogance, the world nobles are viewed with fear and reverence by many in their world. They are seen as living symbols of the world government's power, and challenging them is akin to challenging the world itself. But not everyone accepts this status quo. There are those who dare to stand against them, risking everything for the sake of freedom and justice. Their power and privilege are absolute in their world, but how does this compare to reality? In our world, there are groups of individuals who hold immense power and privilege, not unlike the Blue Dragon clan. These are the people who, by birth or by circumstance, find themselves perched at the top of society's ladder, peering down at those below. Let's take a look at some of these real-life counterparts to the Blue Dragon clan. Royal families, for instance, often wield significant influence. From the Windsors of England to the Al Sauds of Saudi Arabia, these families hold a sway over their nations that is largely unmatched. They're born into positions of power and privilege, their every action scrutinized by the public, yet they're often seen as above the law, their transgressions brushed aside or forgotten. Moving beyond royal families, we find political elites. These individuals, whether through elections or strategic maneuvering, hold the reins of power within their countries. They shape policies, influence economies, and can often bend the rules to their liking. Whether it's a seasoned senator from the United States or a powerful party leader in China, their influence is undeniable. And let's not forget the wealthy individuals, the billionaires, who can buy influence and power. Their wealth allows them to shape public opinion, fund political campaigns, and even influence legislation. From tech moguls in Silicon Valley to oil magnates in Russia, they're the puppeteers pulling the strings behind the scenes. These groups, while not always visible, exert a significant amount of power in our world. They can shape nations, impact economies, and often operate above the law. Just like the Blue Dragon clan, they're a testament to the fact that power and privilege often go hand in hand. But it's important to remember that power isn't inherently evil. It's how it's used that truly matters. Some use their power for good, making positive changes in their communities, while others use it to further their own interests at the expense of others. While they may not be as overtly powerful as the Blue Dragon clan, these groups certainly hold a significant amount of power in our world. Power and privilege are central themes in both the world of One Piece and our own. In this vast tapestry of adventure and intrigue, the Blue Dragon clan stands as an embodiment of these themes. But what about in our own world? How do power and privilege manifest? And how do they parallel the experiences of the Blue Dragon clan? Let's start with the concept of power. In One Piece, power is often tangible, something you can see and feel. It's the ability to command the sea, to control weather, to summon beasts. The Blue Dragon Clan, as the world's ruling body, holds immense power. They can make or break laws, wage wars, and shape the world according to their whims. In our world, power might not be as palpable as summoning sea kings or conjuring storms, but it's just as influential. Those who hold power, be it political, economic, or social, can shape our lives in profound ways. They dictate the rules of our society, influence our economy, and often determine the course of our history. Now, let's move on to privilege. Privilege, in One Piece, is the freedom and immunity enjoyed by the Blue Dragon Clan. They're above the law, shielded from the everyday struggles that the common folk face. They live in opulence, oblivious to the hardships of those beneath them. In the real world, privilege might not be as stark, but it's just as pervasive. It's the ability to navigate life with fewer obstacles, to have doors opened because of one's social status, wealth, or race. It's the cushion that softens life's blows, the safety net that catches those who fall. So, while the Blue Dragon Clan might be a work of fiction, their power and privilege mirror real-world dynamics. They spotlight the disparities between the haves and the have-nots, between those who rule and those who are ruled. The Blue Dragon Clan and our real-life power holders may operate in different worlds, but their experiences of power and privilege are eerily similar. Their stories serve as a stark reminder of the chasms that divide us, but also perhaps as a call to bridge these divides. The presence of such powerful entities has a significant impact on the societies they inhabit. The Blue Dragon Clan in the world of One Piece wields an extraordinary amount of power and privilege. This power isn't without its repercussions, though. Their existence perpetuates a cycle of inequality, with the clan members living in luxury while the average citizens struggle. This hierarchy, created by the presence of the Blue Dragon Clan, echoes the societal structures we see in our own world. Just as the Blue Dragon Clan uses its power to maintain its elevated status, so do some powerful groups in real life. These entities often manipulate the system to their advantage, reinforcing a cycle of inequality. The wealthy get wealthier, the powerful become more powerful, and the ordinary citizens are left grappling with the consequences. Corruption is another aspect that's both prevalent in the world of One Piece and our own. The Blue Dragon Clan's unchecked power often leads to corrupt practices, as they can act without fear of repercussions. Similarly, in our world, unchecked power can, and often does, lead to corruption. Those with the power to bend the rules to their favor often do so, at the expense of those less fortunate. A lack of justice, too, is a common theme. In One Piece, the Blue Dragon Clan is virtually untouchable, operating above the law. This creates a society where justice is skewed in favor of the powerful. We see this in real life as well, where those with power and influence often evade justice, while those less privileged bear the brunt of the law. So whether it's the Blue Dragon Clan in One Piece or powerful entities in our own world, the impact on society is profound. They shape the societal structures, often perpetuating inequality, fostering corruption, and undermining justice. The Blue Dragon Clan and their real-life counterparts both shape their worlds in profound and often troubling ways. So, what can we learn from the Blue Dragon Clan and their real-life counterparts? This is the question we've been exploring. And as we wrap up, let's take a moment to recap and reflect. We've discovered that the Blue Dragon Clan in One Piece, with their awe-inspiring power and the respect they command, have uncanny parallels with certain groups in the real world. These are the people who sit atop the pyramid of social hierarchy, wielding influence and privilege that can seem as fantastic and outlandish as anything in an anime. In One Piece, the Blue Dragon Clan's power is absolute and unquestioned, an echo of the societal structures we see around us, where some individuals and groups hold immense power, often unchecked. We've seen how this power can be used and misused, both in the animated world of One Piece and in our own reality. The implications of these comparisons are profound. They reveal the stark realities of power dynamics, privilege, and social inequality. They challenge us to question these structures, to consider their fairness, and to confront our own roles within them. While the Blue Dragon Clan and their world may be fictional, the lessons we can glean from them are very much grounded in our reality. They serve as a mirror, reflecting our society with its complexities, its inequalities, and its potential for change. While we may not live in the world of One Piece, the Blue Dragon clan provides a stark and fascinating mirror to our own reality.